I'm trying not to start right now. I want my man to, but it's just so much to say.
Bro, it's recorded. Hey, go, man. It is recorded.
But what I was gonna tell you, is that there's always like we intuitively find our place going. What this right here? Got you. We like at times like we feel something guiding us towards something, and then at times we look back on it. And we may feel like we made some mistakes or we saw wrong and whatnot, but there was something that guided you to that, and that's not always bad. It's just our discernment and like with something you can feel something, you can understand it, you can know it, but then you have your take as well. Like you have your humanistic era, and like it's like the Bible. It's got some errors in it. The Quran's got some errors, some pieces that aren't for humanity. And even the OASP, just different books. You got some things that hold some truth. And I feel that's because each person, it's the divine in them that pulls that knowledge, that wisdom, but then it's the ego that corrupts it.
Because I got paint on my hands. I'm going to put paint on the food.
Okay.
Yeah.
I like I understand where you're coming from, or where you're conveying.
I'm still figuring it out myself. That's the
what
funny
I feel
part.
Like you're saying is that everyone, like saying that intuition speaks within everyone, but it's not as loud for everyone. Some people they have so many other voices and distractions and things like that going on at the same time that their intuition is like a whisper.
And so the vision becomes clouded and blurry.
Vision becomes blurry and clouded. But for those that are like really in tune with themselves and know who they are and like really can listen to them inner self, they a lot of times can be intuitive enough to where they know if they're going in a wrong direction or a right direction, and they can change course or whatever. But that intuition, I think, is the godlike being within us. But
the connection to the oneness.
Yeah, the connection to the oneness, to the source.
And there is a lot of entities, whether current or past lived, that have left the energy, and that's vibration, and we catch that, and those are the distractions. I feel those are the because they're around here, they're circulating in today's culture. They'll bring back something that is from the 80s or whatnot. Just a way, and life is backward, down and backwards. It's set to run down and backwards, so that we're fighting an uphill battle.
Yeah, we're constantly absorbing some form of information 24/7. We're recording thoughts. Everything is a thought, so we're recording all of that information. So how would one, if they have an intuition and it's clouded, how would one uncloud it?
It's easy to say meditation. It's easy.
It's so easy
to say that.
That is true.
Easy way to say it, but in all actuality, it is true. But to many, it's gonna be like meditation. I'm not about to meditate.
Yeah, it's.
But something realistic that I would say a common man that is going through internal struggle to really uncloud, to decloud himself, if that's even a word.
Let the tree talk see you. I'm looking at the camera now. Come in a little bit.
Yeah, sit a little
bit. I can't even. Yeah. I don't even know what I was about to say.
Like you can't don't.
You was hitting it.
Oh, you need to. Because if we won't,
I should take that burden off for you.
If we don't say meditation, we can't say drugs. We can't say weed. That's not the proper way for someone to cleanse or to declutter.
Yeah.
It can't be alcohol. It can't be nothing that's external.
External, exactly.
Yeah, it has to. Even something like, all right, painting. Painting is something you're doing externally, but you're doing something internally.
Internal. You're channeling that internal energy.
That. Yeah.
You're expressing yourself.
So
expression.
I think it's any way that anything activity that causes you to go inside and start to remember who you really are. You know what I mean? Like for me, I've been doing Qigong lately. This shit, it's all about moving your own energy and feeling, your life force within your body. And that's kind of like a recentering, recalibrating process or therapy for me.
Right, that is some crazy technology that the body possesses. How you can actually maneuver the life force energy, the chi, inside of you, and allow it to free up any blockages within you using your mind.
That is only for people who believe. Because let's say somebody that does not believe in this, they like that stuff.
Oh,
don't work.
it don't work.
To be honest though, look, no matter what, check this out. You got nerves, centers in your body. This is all electric. This is energy. Whether you want to fight it or not. And then on top of that, if you start doing this stuff, you're going to feel different sensations in different parts of your body. You know, and you start, as the more you educate yourself, or you know, listen to a teacher or tutor or whatnot, they're gonna break it down like what that is, and it just resonates with the soul. I mean, you could be in denial. That's what a lot of things. But
because you could start off by like asking somebody that didn't believe in that. Ask them, well, what is your breath? What are you breathing for? Like, what is, huh?
No, go ahead.
Like, what are you breathing for? Like, because the breath is always with you 24/7. It don't go anywhere. Like, it's not something outside of you. It's something within you. Like, so you're using that. Even if you're not even aware of it, you're still using your breath to be here. So I feel like that is a instrument, a tool that we can use, you know, to declutter. To declutter that intuition.
remember, you always used to say everything's water.
Everything's water.
Everything's water. But what I always used to say, everything is air too. They go hand in hand.
Yeah.
I feel like everything is with the breath. Or maybe that's just everything, like us.
Everything
So I
is
guess
breath.
to really answer that question, as far as like unclouding your mind, it is meditation. It's some form of meditation. You may not call it meditation, but I guess a certain type of practice or habit that you do that causes you to really internally reflect,
Recenter,
and to recenter, center yourself.
Because it's
and
mainly
kinda
about
ground your
being
mentality
present.
is a form of
The whole
meditation.
key is to be present.
You know how much you want to break down with this?
But that's enough. You're good. Yeah, that's enough. Yeah, the whole idea is to mainly be present, because if someone's like
I got
cluttered,
you too.
I'll bet.
So you ain't got to.
Yeah, we got this. But yeah, if someone's cluttered, you know, it's because it's a lack of being in the here and now. You know,
It's a lack of being in the here and now.
it's a lack of that. You know what I'm saying? Because life in the here and now, it's limitless. It's infinite. You can't contain it. You know what I'm saying? It's that's where truth is. You know what I'm saying? There is no time. There is no space. It's just what it is. You know what I'm saying? So if you can shift your perception to that of a true reality, which is in the present moment, you can find yourself. You can find where you are, where you need to be at that moment. You know.
Yeah. Oh, question. So how does one that has had severe childhood trauma, or like trauma that's just done a long time ago, if it's not even in childhood, but how does one, I don't know, ease themselves of getting that out of them, or just resolving that matter, actually healing it, not putting a band-aid on it through internal reflection and things like that? Like, because they may not be able to go back to that person and just and be angry at them, or even talk it out with that person. You know, that person may be dead, that person may be long gone, and now they have to try to deal with it themselves. Like, what would you say to that person? Like, how do they even start to get rid of, to heal that
I would
childhood
say
trauma?
they have to first and foremost be aware that they need healing. They have to know that, okay, I have been hurt. I have been this way.
Yeah.
I gotta start by, you know,
The
Acceptance.
Yeah.
Second, find understanding before reacting. Find understanding so that you know how to react, and then the reaction that carries out is what causes the healing within.
Exactly. Yeah. You know, so
It's either gonna cause healing or more damage, depending on what kind of understanding you've taken, or if you've taken understanding at all.
Yeah.
and also them being
Because
able,
like if you don't fix something, it's gonna keep coming back and showing you. Like if you're in
Until
denial
you
about
fix it,
something,
yeah.
until you fix it, life has
Until
a
you
funny way
fix
of
it,
just
yeah.
bringing that same situation to you, and essentially humbling you until you humble yourself to gain understanding.
these are just ways. This is just like, it's soul evolution, man. It's ways for your soul to continue to evolve, because your soul isn't bounded by time or space. Your soul is constantly ascending and evolving, whether you know it or not. You know what I'm saying? So these life experiences that we get, you know, these traumatic experiences are simply for the ascension of your soul. if you embrace it, if you go that route and actually seek that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. But I don't know, man. I feel like we definitely know we're not at the how do I explain this? Like,
What epitome?
we're not what the foundation of who we are and what we are. We don't even know, and we're definitely not at that moment. And I say that because it just doesn't feel like it.
Mm-hmm.
Like and any person, I feel like any and every person would say, yeah. Like, because things are down and backwards, my man put me on that, down and backwards. My dog put me on that. And I feel like since it's all down and backwards, like we're definitely not where we're supposed to be. Doing whatever it is that we're supposed to do. And, you know, and I feel like whenever we start influencing and creating, we feel a little bit like that's where we're supposed to be at. Like, it feels good, it feels right. Right?
I feel what you're saying.
And that makes me feel like that's what we are. We're influencers and we're creators of this reality. And something is holding us back. Something is making it an upward battle. That's all I'm gonna say.
I feel like we're supposed to have an adversary. We're supposed to have all the stuff that's going against us. Cause I can agree with Ishmael was saying, like, as far as like it's all spiritual evolution. Like, you were supposed to break your leg or get into whatever, because I don't know, maybe you need to learn that your physical isn't everything. So it's like certain things that happen to us, maybe we're meant to test us, or I can even say this, not even to test us, but to give us signs that can prevent for what's up ahead. Because a lot of times you don't. I can say you don't have to go through a certain thing, but a sign can get sent your way, or an older, wise person can come and give you a sign and let you know, man, going down this path is going to lead you to the wrong way or whatever, or whatnot. But just saying that, you know, everything that does happen to us can either, actually my cousin,
make us or break
it can either be a test or a sign, which will give us spiritual evolution on both ends if we listen to it.
Yeah. I think the key though is like earlier you were saying, you know, how does one overcome certain things?
Yeah.
You know, I feel like it's always one enemy. It's that enemy that you wake up to. You know, when you wake up and you're like, man, I should get up right now, and then there's something saying, nah, just chill.
Yeah.
Don't listen to that motherfucker, bro.
Yeah.
You know?
But he's loud.
He's loud, but that's the loudest one in the room. Don't listen to him. That's how you need to remember. Like, don't listen to him. You know what I mean? You about to pick up the game, play some 2K for 2 hours, or you could be getting some more productive shit done, and something's telling you like, I shouldn't do that, but you kind of like, you really want. Don't listen to that motherfucker.
Yeah.
Go the other way. I promise you. Listen to yourself saying, you know, maybe I should do this. Do that.
Yeah.
Because the one that's the one holding you down. That's the one making this an uphill battle.
Yeah, I agree. It's true. It's true. Like, everybody is psychotic with all these voices in our head.
Yeah, man. It's
Everybody-
been instilled since
It's not
birth.
supposed to be.
It's not supposed to be like that. That's what I'm saying. It's not supposed to be like that.
And man, you know, I ain't want to go this far, but I feel like maybe it's outside sources. I don't feel it's internal sources. It doesn't feel like it's of
It
our
is though,
being.
man. It's definitely outside
It's
sources.
outside
'cause
influences.
From the moment we were born, just like back to that voice and knowledge, but the moment we were born, everybody's been looking outside of themselves, trying to figure out, you know, who they are since the day we were born. You know, we get born, you know, we hear, we don't understand the language just yet, but once we understand the language, it's simply people telling you what you should do, what you shouldn't do. Oh, that's good. You need to do that. You go to school. You need to be this to be successful. You need to be that. You need to be this. You know, it continues to grow and grow and grow as we continue to get older. Now we're at an age now where we're realizing, damn, shit, we've been looking outside of ourselves our whole entire life. We're at a stage right now as humanity, I feel like it's uneasy right now because people are making that shift back into themselves. So right now it feels kind of uneasy, I feel like, because for so long, this neocortex part of our brain, it's like the new part of evolution. Animals don't have that. Animals got organs just like us, but they don't have a neocortex. This is the newest part of evolution that's here today. So we're struggling with this technology. It's some new technology, and we're struggling with it. You know?
New technology.
I don't know if it's new to us though. Like new, and maybe new, yes, but not new in the way like a person would think. Like, oh, just this last few hundred years new. Like, nah, not that new.
What I'll say is
New
like,
compared to the age of the universe.
okay, yeah.
You know what I mean? Like as in the latest creation.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean?
You
The
get that
ones.
to life.
Is your car on?
Yeah.
Let me see.
Like new is in the sense like knowing being aware of this capacity, being aware of what it can do. You know what I'm saying? Because in the end, like, it's all you. Everything we face is you. You know, I feel like the people we meet in our life is just an extension of ourselves, teaching us things about ourselves that we need to know, we need to learn. You know,
the interaction itself, like
yeah.
the way that person is, like a knowing person.
Mm-hmm.
You need to work on your patience.
Exactly.
You just attracted an annoying person in your life.
Exactly.
No, you got to work on patience.
Yeah, that's what I was saying a while ago. Cause I remember when I was first starting off my relationship, we kind of would have some issues of certain things, and it could be involving in communication. I didn't explain what I was going to be doing correctly or something like that.
Mm.
But I feel like at that time, something had resonated within me to take it as, okay, if this is an argument that is arising, then it's something in my life, then it's an area in my life that I need to improve on. If she's like saying, you don't communicate with me good enough, then I need to get better at my communication at this point in my life.
Right.
So, and that's how I take every failure or every discrepancy.
That's very humbling, my man. Most people, they just go back and forth with their wife, not even consider if she, got a point.
And that's true. Like, I think that's a part of getting rid of the ego, because once you get that reaction phase going on, then you're not responding your reaction. Whatever's going on, you waiting for that, and then you react off of that. So it's like, you know what I'm saying? Always just be quiet first.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Quiet first.
That's so true.
It's a nice joint.
It's a nice one, right?
Yeah, it's
A little thick one, a little finger.
Hey.
okay. The sun coming out.
Yeah.
It's been a while.
So, we speak consciousness, we speak elevation, we speak, ways to, cope with stress and problems, obstacles, and we are smoking weed. But you would say that that's not a message that we send.
Yeah, no, like we
Like
don't.
when it's crunch time and it's time to realign, do you lean on the weed? Do
Not
you
at
go
all.
to the weed?
Not at all. I strive.
Are there moments and small little hiccups that you go for the blunt?
Exactly. I was just gonna say that.
Yeah.
I'm gonna be so transparent. There are times, where I will, go hit the blunt. You know what I'm saying?
On the smaller ones.
On the smaller scale. But when it comes to larger things like stresses that we encounter in life, you know what I'm saying? To me, in my truth, it more so crutches me if I go seek this as the remedy. You know what I'm saying? Without actually me going within myself to rectify the issue. Because it crutches you. It makes you. You devolve in a sense. You grow dumber in a sense when you identify yourself with something outside of you as your salvation. You dumb yourself down. You surrender your power.
Say that one more time.
Which one? What I just
The
said?
whole, yeah.
When you
rely on the external.
Yeah, when you rely on external sources, you devolve.
Salvation outside of you.
Yeah, when you identify solely to external sources as your salvation, you devolve. You dumb yourself down. You surrender your power. Like, and that's like truth. That's law right there, man. Like, I feel like, in a sense, man, because hence Adam and Eve's story. Once Adam ate that fruit, once he felt like that fruit was his salvation, his external source of power, source of will or whatnot, he fell. He died, like literally. He became flesh. He became physical.
He lost his own will.
He lost his own will, exactly. So that's the absolute truth that's conveyed to everyone. That story was like the template that everybody go through. It could be a myth, you know, but myths transcends fact. You know, good jokes contain some truth.
Yeah.
You know,
there's a parable to the story.
exactly.
Hmm.
Who got the flame? Fire flame.
Not I.
Got the flame.
Yeah, man, like, and like to continue to do that, when we continue to rely on external sources, that's where addictions come from.
Yeah.
Addictions is a definitely disconnect from reality.
Now, like, it's even like there's different ways. You know, there's times where you're like dealing with something really heavy, and you kind of like you need to get your mind right, your life right, and realign like full circle. That's the moment where you don't even smoke. Where if you like personally, that's the time where you detox from the
Exactly.
smoking. You know what I mean?
For sure.
I've seen,
Yeah.
So it's I think that's a good thing to do. You know, I think it's different, like, because sometimes what we do when we pick up the blunt, we pick it up just to because really it's not that serious. Most of the time when you're tripping in life, it's really not that serious
at all.
So that little blunt hit just kind of remind you it's not that serious.
Not that serious.
Have you ever been
It's
on some
simply
shrooms?
the stories we tell ourselves in the
Tell you
head.
it's not that
It
serious.
ain't that
Nah,
serious.
it's
I
never
mean,
that
that first time
serious.
you was out, bro, that was so funny.
Right,
He
bro.
kept
When I
saying
got
it,
on
bro.
shrooms, that was my thing. Like, I
not
realized
serious.
it's not that serious.
Yo,
That's
that
what it
was
taught
funny.
me. And every time, like,
Yeah.
I catch myself,
Yeah,
doing too much or feeling too much,
exactly.
I try to sit back and think about, like, is it not that serious? Think from that vantage point. Like, how would I have thought about
Is
it
it
at that
serious?
moment? Would I have felt it was that serious? Was that one of the things I looked at, like, it's that serious?
It's
not.
like somebody else got it worse, so it's not that
Yeah,
serious.
everything is
Somebody
like-
has it worse. you
We're
know?
getting out of whack over trivial matters. Like,
Yeah.
things are not even that big.
Yeah,
Like for me, when I look up at the stars at night, it just makes me feel.
I don't even be seeing stars
It
because they
makes me
spray
feel
shit in
so
the air and it's so
small.
cloudy. So
You know,
wherever
see
you're
stars?
at, I need to go over there.
Wherever you
Come down to Fayetteville.
Fayetteville.
Come down to
Man.
Fayetteville.
In Atlanta, they spraying too
Atlanta,
much.
yeah, it's
I know
too
what
many-
you're
it's too
saying
many
though,
lights.
like about that though.
But
Looking
just
at
looking
the
up at the
stars.
stars, it just makes you like, you know what I'm saying? I'm just a drop in the ocean. The stuff that I go through is like so trivial. This in the grand scheme of things, it's just like, you know what I'm saying? Everything is just about. It's truly just about love. Like that's what is gonna give you the energy to the next life.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying?
So I was
to
just finna
keep,
say.
keep excelling yourself.
I was just gonna say, like, when we put ourselves at the focal point, remember we was talking about the ego and all that stuff? That's when we feel like, oh no, the world is against me. Oh my goodness. And, we play that victim to anything, and, and it's a very weak-minded position to take. Laugh more,
It becomes that serious when you're looking at it from an ego standpoint
Mm-hmm.
because you're right here and all you see is right here. But if you were to look at it in a bigger standpoint, you see it's not just about you.
Exactly.
It's all this. So then
It's a bigger picture, because
how to
everybody connected,
maneuver.
man. Everybody's connected.
Yeah.
Everyone is connected, so what you do affects the next person. You may not even know it. Your actions, whatever choices you take. It's like a butterfly flapping his wings in Asia, causes an earthquake in Georgia.
It's like you can't care about what people be thinking too.
Mm.
You really can't care about what a lot of times what people may think of you, because people may have their suggestions on you, and suggestions can be powerful if you allow it to just, you know what I'm saying, settle in your mind and just develop bigger into you. I remember I read a book. This dude went to a psychic or something like that. And the psychic told him, she said, your arm is going to get cut off or whatever, or something like that. Something crazy about his bodily part going to get severed. This dude really was like, he was like timid as fuck, like just doing anything, like, and he stayed away from certain things. But as time went on, he was like, okay, ain't nothing going to happen. But, bro, this dude still was like, I guess he was still cautious or whatever, but he got into an accident one time. He got into an accident one day and lost his arm.
Power of the subconscious gotta be.
I was like, what? It didn't even seem like
Did
the
she
story
speak
was
that
real.
into that man's universe?
I don't know.
Was her vibration that strong to carry it on out?
Let me see the light, but I don't know.
Definitely not.
He may have manifested in it.
Yeah, the book is called The
the
Power of the
seed.
Subconscious Mind. You read it, Ishmael.
Yeah, that's where I remember that from. I'm like, bro, I know where you got that from.
Like, people's suggestions can...
Definitely.
You give it
Goodness
power.
Gracious.
You give everything
You
power.
accepted it. You accepted that contract. You
fed into
binding
it.
yourself to that. Goodness. Yeah, man. Like, that's just like people in doctor's offices. Like, in this world, like, I guarantee the majority of people we see out here walking with some cancer, but they don't even know it. They living life as if nothing's wrong. The moment they go to the doctor, though, doctor tells them, "Oh, you got cancer. You got such and such amount of
That
months to
shit
live."
flare up.
That shit
They
get
start
worse
looking
because they
different.
start
You may have already had it, but you weren't feeding it.
you accepted that suggestion, like he just
Yeah,
said.
like-
You know.
That's real.
That's why I don't go to doctors.
Yeah,
Hey.
man.
I know, and that's what that leads into. Like, well,
Yeah.
I'm never going to a doctor again.
You really don't. You really can be your own doctor. You know yourself. I mean, you can be your own doctor.
I mean, if you got some
Self-sufficiency.
real bad shit going on with you, and
Yeah,
you don't
please
know what's
go.
going
Yeah,
on,
Go to the doctor.
go to
Disclaimer.
somebody
Put
that
a
you know.
disclaimer in there.
You know, it could be a herbalist. I don't know
Right,
who.
exactly.
Do your thing. Go find some help. When you need help, go get help.
Call 911. You know what I'm saying?
Go get help. But also try to empower. We're just empowering the people
Yeah.
to feed themselves and take a little bit of control of their own lives.
Yeah, it just starts. Everything starts from the inside out. From the inside of you, then outwards. It's like,
Yeah, man, yeah.
Can't
And all
get-
you're doing is use wisdom. Like they
Yeah.
said, we're not encouraging you. If you got a serious sickness, we're not encouraging you to drop
But-
everything you're doing, all the pills, everything. And
No, drop the pills. Drop the pills.
I was gonna say
Ease,
that.
though.
They will
You
also
gotta
tell
ease into that.
Once you probably go to the doctor
But
or
you got.
wherever
They gotta
go,
go.
they gonna also tell you you need to rest. You need not stress. Like I'm saying, relax more. And they also saying
First
some
thing you
doctors,
need to do
They have meditation
Mhm.
classes or something like that.
Really, no.
So they understand.
I recommend
That
you get
stuff-
you some weed, but
that
don't
stuff
lean
is
on the
real.
weed. Just get your little weed, sit down, get that fuck it in you,
Yeah.
and then
Yeah.
heal yourself.
Yeah. Yeah, man.
Most of these people on some real bad shit, like I feel like you could get you on some weed, and even if you like abuse the weed, fucking from weeding off it.
Mm-hmm.
But what they abusing right now,
Yeah.
weed might help them get off that.
Possibly, man. Like, it's
Weed is a
telling
healer,
what's
bro.
out here.
They don't
man.
tell
Weed
me
is a
that in
healing.
now though.
That tree, that marijuana, that cannabis. Damn.
It's about
It's
placing
just
your
so many-
intention on the plant too. When you place your intention on the plants, that's a whole nother topic of discussion.
But it's not even intention. When you smoke the herb, you kind of relax, and that
Yeah.
allows you to see things in a.
But that's not everybody. Some people.
Yeah,
get paranoid
is
as
that
fuck.
because you believe that? Does that work?
Nah,
'Cause some people it hypes them up.
It,
like you
u-
said.
yeah, it used to.
Yeah.
It hypes me up at times. I fuck around and go play ball or want to.
Cause I feel like I feel like everything's placebo. Everything, you know.
We
You know,
talked
'cause,
about
like,
that.
we
We
talked about
talked about
placebo.
that. But
Like Yanea, shout out Yanea. Like a long time ago, he was like we had an empty can, and he was like, whatever you feeling, whatever you want to get rid of, like inside of you, whatnot, place it into the can, place the thought in the can, and then throw the can away. And, and it just made so much sense in the fact that like man, like everything. We can put ourselves into anything and make it what it. Just like water, you put water into a cup, it becomes the cup.
it becomes the cup.
Like
Yeah.
so.
Put water, so it's
Just
a
like
cup.
you, if you're water, for that light being, we can put our thought into anything and it become that, like, for real. So like I feel like if you truly believe that you put your intention on that herb and truly believe this is what it's gonna do for me, this is what it's about to do, and you believe that, yeah, I think it.
But you also have
Yeah.
consciousness that tells you what something is. Like when you taste a fruit and it's juicy, something tells you it's juicy. It's your kind of your scale, your calibrator, what measures your mind that measures your consciousness that's creating measurement. Remember,
Yeah,
everything is
yeah,
measurements.
everything is measurement.
All right, you have your own consciousness that creates a measurement, and that's what you tell yourself what it is. Now, if you trick that and you change that, yeah. You can tweak it, and it works in other aspects. But I
I'm saying
feel
the
with
same
things
thing.
like experience-wise, that's your own conscious experience.
Yeah, that's a part of the. It's a book.
But what
It's a
you're
book.
saying, I agree with too. Though, like if you put your thoughts and things into what you want to create, you can create that. Yes, but you're also gonna have your conscious experience and a
That's the-
measurement or a judgment.
That's the 7 spiritual laws of success. I know, yeah. Have y'all read that?
No,
It's-
you send me that
it's
PDF.
by
Yeah,
Deepak Chopra, yeah.
Deepak Chopra. Yeah.
What?
It's called the 7 Spiritual Laws of Success.
And what does he say?
He has intent. He has. It's like he just reminded me of it because when he said intent, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, whatever you, I'm saying, place that thought on. You know what I'm saying? It's like just sending out a spell into the world.
Yeah.
Yes.
That's what it is.
Yeah.
The universe hears that.
Yeah.
They feel that. Everything feel that around you because we, like I said, they're already saying we are the same thing.
Yeah.
Everything.
That's one of the confirmations that was like, yeah. That's about right.
But back to what you said. You remember like when you mentioned.
It's so many topics. Do y'all ever like when y'all doing a video, like having like a set topic?
We've
We
never
just
done
go.
that.
We
Like,
never
I
done
just
that.
be
We
going.
just talk.
Yeah.
But I just
Yeah.
chop it up in like little
give-
episodes.
yeah.
Yeah.
That's organic.
It's like
We
it's-
try to keep it organic.
We don't want to
Yeah.
fix nobody, limit nobody. What they want to talk about, you just go. You just
Yeah.
talk. You know, and
But it's just
every-
like it's just for search engine like results, the SEOs and shit. When people
yeah,
search
like
something.
when I get like make the episodes, you know,
Yeah.
I'll give it a title. You know, give it like a defined
yeah,
title and
yeah.
stuff like
Or
that.
take sections out.
Yeah, take sections.
Yeah.
You know, that went out.
Sometimes we go on a little tangent, a
Yeah.
little rant.
Yeah.
Sometimes that shit
That's
need
just
to
how the
get
mind-
cut.
that's
Yeah,
how the
sometimes
mind
we
is.
we'll cut it like Cody.
That's just how the mind is. Y'all be real. Another zone.
Try not to keep it too real though, because
Yeah.
you can keep it too real. I promise you.
Yeah. You control what you control. You control the narrative. We control the narrative.
Just keep it too real.
You can keep it too real.
How do you keep it too real?
Fuck her, I start offending people.
He's just out doing what people.
When you
But
start,
that's on them though. That's on the person that takes it that way though. If they're offended, you know.
Oh yeah. Well, you're not gonna like disrespecting it.
Yeah, like no.
the ugly truths though, you know, the ugly truths. Like in all honesty, bro, I feel like there's a truth on religion that I haven't, that you know what I'm talking about,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
There's a truth on religion that like I don't touch, but I feel like that's something that that need to get touched on.
Yeah.
But can't you
Because that's what, you know, all religions got wisdom and knowledge, all of them, right? And they all error in the egotistical side when ego gets brought in, but also when they give their power to another being. Like the creator created us. I believe that there was a creator in which we come from. However, we were given the free reins to create. That's what we were given. And somehow we start putting these gods above us that extract from us, that are requiring from us. God wants nothing from you,
We got lost in our own creations.
you know?
It's like, how can I?
Or previous creators that want to, you know,
Yeah.
have their name remembered. They were so great that.
Yeah. I feel like it's all philosophy because nobody
But
nobody
not the
owns corporal brain can
creator.
think of something that's not even of them. Like,
Exactly. Yeah. Right.
you see what I'm saying? We can philosophize and think, and you know what I'm saying, have these suggestions and what can be proven off truth and fact and stuff like that, whether it's science or whatever they call it. But a lot of that science and religion shit go hand in hand.
It's like mind and body.
They mirror.
It's
Yeah.
like mind and body. Yeah. You can't have one without the other.
So it's like each person got their own story. I mean, but
Yeah.
yeah, religion, when that shit is based off fear, like when it ties fear into it, and it invokes from a person just like they're reactionary now.
Exactly.
They're
Fear
like,
is the
"Oh,
first
shit."
one. Fear is not, I don't believe fear is good. Fear cuts you off.
Fear.
Fear is the first thing they want.
Then what did Kendrick say?
I'm just gonna say that.
Roll up fear and smoke it, some shit like that.
If I could smoke fear away,
Yeah, roll that motherfucker up.
And then I take 2 puffs. I've been hungry all my life.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. Yeah, that's true though, man.
Get what that is.
Ooh, this thing been running for 35.
12:46.
Let's see.
I'm at 12:46. Are you ready to get back to it, July?
Yeah,
It's time to get back to it.
it's about that time.
Yeah.
Hey, it was a good.
You
Thanks.
about to head out, bro?
No, but this is the end of our tree talk.
Oh man,
It's the end of the
Stop,
tree
we
talk,
always
you know
speaking
what I
like
mean?
this, man. Like,
It's rolling shades.
Oh, yeah,
Special
appreciate
guest. We got a
constantly
special
creating,
guest.
You know what I'm saying? We right here.
Add that boy. Hey, go
Gotta
add that
come
boy.
to the
His
tree talk.
name gonna be right here.
Yeah.
Rolling
Right there.
shades.
Right
Add
there.
that boy.
Thanks, yeah. Yeah, man.
Oh yeah, it's all love, man. All love.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Never know who we gonna have in this seat, you know what I'm saying? Anybody, you know.
Yeah.
Not just anybody, you know. We wanna just, not just anybody. Definitely not just anybody. But it's just a platform for open-minded thinkers, man, to expand their mind even more, you know, to continue to, you know, try to be the best you can be, you know. Growth, you know, perpetual growth. Really, it's constant growth, you know. That's the message.
Perpetual progression.
Perpetual progression.
That's the message.
It can get
that's
ugly.
ooh.
What do you say?
Perpetual progression.
Perpetual progression.
Sound like that rhyme though. That's the message.
That's too much exclusive for y'all.